talk to you a little bit about trust. So, as the world has pretty much come to a standstill and we are all in our homes, whatever, a lot of us are learning to look at situations for what they are. We are spending time with our families, and excuse me, we are seeing the people that our children are becoming. We are seeing the person that we are living with. We are looking at our decisions, looking at those plans that we wanted to make as far as our, our goals, our dreams. We're going back to the drawing board, and for a lot of us, this has been a time of healing. So I haven't been on for a while because I've been so off spirit, and I know my mentors would be like, somebody needs to hear that, and I realize that somebody does. But the truth of the matter is, I wanted to make sure that my shit didn't bleed into, anybody, into anything that spirit or the universe or the creator wanted to say. So even with saying that, I will say that we are getting back to a state of trust. As the healer heals, as we heal, as we move forward, we are realizing that some of the decisions we made were the wrong ones. We're realizing that some of the ideas that we had, like our moms or our whoever, our dads, whoever taught us, they taught us with the information that they could, but that doesn't apply to us. And so we're looking back at the decisions that we made, and we're making new decisions. We're keeping the decisions that we've made, and we are tweaking them so that they can fit us. We're going back to the drawing board and just doing away with these plans altogether, and we are creating a life that's suitable for us. So I will say that I have been learning to trust myself, because as I have started to heal, as I started to heal and sit with a lot of the decisions that I've made in my life, I realized that a lot of them were made from a place of not trusting, of giving the other person or the other people in my life all that I had, because that's who I am. I go hard or go home. That's who the fuck a Pisces is. We love hard. We love like no other. I go hard. I'm a loyal person. I go hard or I go home. That's what it is. I'm not going to be a half-ass friend or any of that to you. And so in doing that, you realize that you do that sometimes without even knowing if the person who you are giving this to can be that to you. And I mean, like, you are giving this loyalty and friendship to people who may not even know how to be a friend to you. You're giving this loyalty to relationships, regardless, to jobs that aren't loyal to you. You're sitting there and you're putting in 48 and 50 and 60 hours to a job that if something happens to you tomorrow, baby, they will find somebody else to replace you. And we're not giving that to ourselves or to our goals or to our dreams. And so we're sitting there with empty cups, because we've poured so much into other people's cup. And I realized this about myself. So I got to this point to where I was so depleted and so tired, and so just the weight that was sitting on me was so unexplainable. And so a lot of us, of course I pull cords, of course. A lot of us are coming to this fork in the road. We're observing the situations that the decisions that we've made. We're observing life. We're observing the things that we have manifested. We are looking at our lives to see, okay, does this work for me? Does this work for me? And a lot of us are coming to the point of reciprocity, okay? Exchanging gifts. Does this pour into my cup? Is this something that will fill me up? We're no longer, look, when the healer heals, we will only want real motherfuckers around. That's just what it is. I don't want people around me that are faking. I don't want half-ass shit. Even when I manifest, and you realize that you manifest these amazing things or whatever, you also may be in a mindset to where your perspective is skewed, or to where this thing is not exactly the way that you want it to be. So you're like, no, No. When I manifest the thing that I want the feels. I want the touch. I want the taste. I want the heart, the love, the soul of it. I want it all. I want what I want. And if I need to tweak this thing, if I need to change my perspective, if I need to do that or whatever, I'm willing to go back to the drawing board, because I observe that the situation that I'm in is not producing the fruit that I have sown. And that's where many of us are. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm sorry. Like, if anybody tell you it's all love and light, I think that is a beautiful thing. But if anybody who has went through a whole lot of shit, and a lot of us have gone through a lot of shit, whether it's been fucked up as relationships, whether it's been fucked up as family members, just a fucked up as mind state, you are the person in your family to excuse me, you are the person in your family to heal your family of these generational curses and generational wounds. You are a fucking warrior. You are a fucking soldier on the front line, and you have gone through some shit, so it's gonna take a minute. You may not wake up and just be like, oh, I'm healed, it's great, there you go, boom, here we go. I'm sorry. Even as somebody who is, I'm a naturally happy person, going through all the stuff that I have gone through has taken me a moment to get to the point of, I feel my help here. I feel this thing lifting off of me. I feel myself being the person that I was. I am back to that core person who didn't have to have these walls up around people. I'm back to me. It took me a while to get back to that. I had to surround myself with community and family and friends who loved me to wealth and to health and to happiness, because I had poured into so many cups and now I was depleted. And so you may have days where you are great, everything is great and everything is wonderful, and then that next day you might hit the flow. And that's okay. You have to know that it's okay. It's okay. Speak what you want to see until you see what you say. So you speak healing, you speak health, you speak wealth, you surround yourself who speak that life back into you. I have beautiful, amazing friends, an amazing community of women who have reached out to me in my time of need and have spoke life into me like no other. They have given to me like I have given to others. And so this exchange of gifts, them giving the life, them giving your community, your people, who's your tribe? Who's that person you can come and you can lay your bullshit down to? Who's that person who's gonna be on your ass not because they have some sort of, they're feeling some kind of way about you, but because they see that potential in you and they love you, and so they want the best for you. Who is that person? Who is that person? That's who you should be talking to. People who expect the best out of you. You should give from your cup when you have excess, when you have the strength, when you have that extra that you can give. But right now, you may need that for you, and that's okay. That's not selfish. That's what you need. And you have to give to you first. So the other cards are Never Ending Story. Number 37. You see how depressed she looks, how much she looks like it's just, it ain't gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. And a lot of us, like I said, a lot of us that have been through things, because I myself feel like I've had PTSD. I feel like I've had complex PTSD. I feel like I have been in this mental war with myself. I felt like I have been in this, excuse me, I have been in this constant battle with my mind, trying to repurpose myself, and I don't want to say trying to, I want to say putting myself on the right track, seeing the things that I have manifested, seeing that they were good, not second guessing the things that I am doing, because we have that negative talk that's in the back of our mind shitting on us every time we take a step. Oh, you just doing this because of, oh, you just want to get back at, you just this and that or whatever. Speak what you see until you see what you say. it feels like a never-ending story. It feels like every time I turn around, we're going through this. It feels like my mind keeps trying to revert to this other thing. That is why it's important for you to feed your mind, your heart, your spirit, these beautiful things. That's why it's important for you to monitor the things that go inside your mind. That's why it's important for you to read up on healing, read up on happiness, read up on things that bring joy to you, that bring healing to you, that bring light to you. Like, I'm an oracle card reader, but I realized that I was looking at too many oracle videos. Like, I had to stop it, because I myself, I want so bad to do the right thing, but it was like every time I looked at a video, I start second guessing myself. Oh, well, maybe this is happening. Oh, maybe this person is doing this. Or maybe this person is doing that. I had to shut that shit off. Look, when I am filled, then I can do that. But until then, my mind is not set up right now to do that. My mind is not allowing me to watch things and not be so fucking affected by it. And that's just being honest with myself. That's being very true to myself. Because you'll think you happy and everything is going great, and somebody will pull a card and you like, oh shit, that's me. That's me. It's happening to me. And I'm saying it because it's the truth. I knew they was doing that. I knew it. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. You need to get to a point to where your cup is filled, so you won't be second guessing your every step. Yes, we've all made bad decisions. We've all made bad decisions. Did you learn from the situation? Did you stand in your truth? Did you speak your piece? Are you afraid to speak your piece? If so, come on now. We grown. We grown. We have to be our authentic self. We have to be our invaluable. There is no amount of value. You are so unique. You are so amazing. You are so one of a kind. That's why you have something invaluable to offer. And you have to know that. The other card is happy, happy, and milk and honey. And the other card is happy, happy, and milk and honey. Right? That's where we're trying to be. That's where we're trying to be. We're trying to see the light and the life inside of us. We're trying to get to that point. And to get to that point, you have to look at the things that you have in front of you. Yeah, your kids bad, but they your kids. They your generational wealth. I know mine's get on my nerves, but they're your generational wealth. Yeah, you want a home, but you live in an apartment. Don't you have a roof over your head? Don't you have your mind? Don't you have the ability to change your plan so that you can work towards the things that you want? Stop talking about your damn bills. Because you know what? Even when you get to the point to where you have that house or you have that amazing car, it comes with a bill. It comes with a bill. So there is a cost, a price to pay for absolutely everything. Whether it's in energy, whether it's in dollars, there's a price to pay for everything, and you have to decide what it is you are willing to give up. Am I willing to give up this negative talk to seek my truth? Am I willing to give up this negative talk and come to the core of myself and look at the shit that I have done to myself and forgive myself for what it is that I have done and move the fuck on? Because something happier is calling me. Something better is calling me. Something is calling me. That's where my milk and honey is. That's where my happiness is. I'm not happy when I'm sitting up here thinking about all the fucked up shit that people have done to me. I'm not happy when I'm sitting up here thinking that people are plotting against me. I'm not happy when I'm sitting up here making this job that I don't like, my end all be all world all encompassing. I have a whole fucking life outside of this. And so if I want my business to thrive, I'm going to speak life into my business. If I want my happiness in my relationship to thrive, I'm going to speak life into my relationship. If I want my kids to get better, I'm going to speak life into my kids. I'm going to speak and speak and speak and speak until that thing manifests, because truth be told, I deserve it. Come on now, we deserve it. We reading the Bible and we quoting these scriptures, but we're not taking them to heart. If that's your thing, take them to heart. Get you a scripture and make that your affirmation. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, for thou art with me. Come on. You either believe it or you don't. Because that double-mindedness is the thing that manifests the problems. You're unsure in yourself, and so the universe is unsure with you, and it keeps giving you double sides of things. Oh yeah, you're happy this day, and the next day you don't know. Believe, let me tell you, I know. So what you have to do is go to your truth, and you have to speak life into you. You have to say, yes, this is what I went through, but this is not my whole story. Yes, I have been through some horrible shit. Every type of abuse, you name it, I've been through it. My story didn't end. I'm not gone. So my story hasn't ended. There's still more to come. And so I do myself a disservice. I do my ancestors a disservice. I do my grandmother a disservice. I do my child a disservice. I do my partner a disservice if I sit in this low vibration and just allow this thing to take me under. So I have some new cards, and these are, I love them, I love them, I love them. Wisdom of the House of Night. Oath. Movement. The moon. See, and the moon lets us know that some of us are walking in darkness. Some of us don't know where we're going. And let me tell you, I am one of them. I have no clue, and I think that's why a lot of us are unsure of our path. Are we making the right decisions? Because right now we don't quite know what we're walking towards. The thing of the matter is, if you trust yourself, if you trust your creator, if you trust your God, your ancestors, and you have asked them the questions, then you understand. You will understand. The answers will come. And a lot of times you're going to be walking in darkness, because a lot of times those things don't manifest until you take a step towards them. I felt that, and when I said that, that hit me. You take a step towards your dreams and watch them take 2 steps towards you. You decide what it is that you want. You want to repeat this cycle. You want to keep feeling like everything is against you, the whole world is against you. You want to not step fully into who you are and what you are, because you're afraid. You're afraid of what people are going to say. You're afraid of how they're going to feel, what they're going to think. Bitch, they're going to talk about you anyway. You might as well be yourself. You might as well be truthful with yourself. This is who you are. Take it or leave it. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. There's no more straddling the line anymore. And as you step into the fullness of who you are, as you become truthful with yourself, you will see the movement. You will see things start to change. As you demand what it is that you deserve out of this life, because you have been through some shit, and even if you haven't, you deserve it. That's your birthright. Your birthright is happiness and joy and life. I mean, some people don't believe that, and that's okay. But I'm sorry, my birthright is happiness. If nothing else, happiness, pure happiness. I come so that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Look, what does your abundance look like to you? Trust that you are on the right path. Trust that you are going to make a decision that's for the best of you, for the best of your kids, for the best of your life, for your goals, for your dreams. Trust yourself. Remember the oath. Your oath, your loyalty to your dreams, your loyalty to your God, your loyalty to your ancestors, your loyalty to the thing that you are creating, your loyalty to yourself. I think we have started to trust people way more than we started to trust ourselves. And then when they don't live up to the thing that we expect, we get disappointed. And that's because a lot of times we don't ask the necessary questions. Do you even know what a provider is? What does that mean to you? Do you know how to take care of children? Do you know how to build generational wealth? Do you know how to this? Do you know how to that? And a lot of times you're learning that shit together as you go along, and you get to make a decision on whether or not this is the path I want to stay on. And that's okay as well. If you get up that road and you decide this is not the road I want to go with you, that's okay. You have to do what it is that is good for you. You have to be loyal to yourself. You have to be loyal to yourself. And so I'm very sorry that this video was as long as it was, but I learned so much in this time, in this space that I haven't been on. And this topic of trust has been on my mind and on my heart so heavy. And if you have any questions, like, I'm starting to read this book, Trust by Iyanla Vanzant, and it's absolutely amazing, absolutely inspiring, absolutely empowering. And so I advise anybody to read it. If you're having doubts about yourself, doubts about where you stand, doubts about what you should do, it takes you back to the core of you and helps you get in touch with that person. So I won't make this any longer, but as always, I have missed you guys. I absolutely love giving out the messages that I've learned. And thank you so much. I'm Sapphire. You can follow me on IG as Sapphire Speaks. And no, you can follow me on YouTube as Sapphire Speaks. And on IG as the only one Sapphire.